Now, Count on 2, live and local in the Lowcountry. This is News 2 Midday.
Hey, good afternoon. Thanks so much for watching this extended edition of News 2 Midday. Today's Monday, April 27th. I'm Temple Ricky. The South Carolina Air National Guard is flying over hospitals across the state today in an effort to show support for our first responders and healthcare workers. This is where we find News 2's Danielle Hensley. She has a pretty incredible view. Look at those planes going by right now. Danielle, what can you tell us?
Temple, did you see that? How incredible. Just flying over, we can still see them, still hear them. The South Carolina Air National Guard flying across Roper Hospital as we speak. I am on top of the helipad on Roper Hospital, joined by several different healthcare workers from the hospital, all taking this in. How cool is that? We can still see them. They're still in our view. They're probably very small to you now. You can still see all the healthcare workers up here on the helipad taking that in. The airmen of the 169th Fighter Wing just made their way from a training mission today. It was a 6-ship formation that split into 3 groups. They have flown over 66 South Carolina hospitals today, and we just got our turn to see that. They are saying thank you and showing their appreciation to healthcare workers and first responders. Also just trying to give a boost to families and patients that are currently in the hospital. How about that? A live look. Reporting live from the helipad at Roper Hospital, Danielle Hensley, Count on 2.
Thank you, Danielle. Definitely a sight to see. Nearly 5,500 people have been diagnosed with COVID-19 in South Carolina, including 237 new cases reported Sunday. 820 cases and 22 deaths have been reported in Lowcountry counties. A total of 174 people have died across the Palmetto State. Governor Henry McMaster plans to extend the state of emergency today. He says it would likely last about 15 more days, and he says he will use data and trends while taking a steady approach to reopen businesses.
The situation, of course, has changed from the way it was at the beginning. There are still more things to be done. There are a lot of things to be undone. And so we'll continue with the state of emergency until we no longer need it.
The governor is urging you to continue practicing social distancing. One national health expert warns that COVID-19 could still be around for a while. 3 coronavirus antibody tests authorized by the FDA. 7 of the tests would indicate if someone had COVID-19 and are now able to be used. The tests do carry the risk of false positives and negatives. Anyone who gets results from an antibody test should continue following social distancing guidelines. It's still not clear if the antibodies mean someone is immune to reinfection. The University of South Carolina is investigating after a racist image and language interrupted a virtual spring cookout. The Association of African Americans hosted the gathering using Zoom on Friday. We're told the cookout was overrun with racial slurs, Nazi flags, and obscene comments. The president of the organization, along with another USC student, spoke out about the incident.
Everybody's welcome. It doesn't matter your race, anything like that. We figured that the only people that would come, since it was virtual, were the people that wanted to be there.
Sure, there's a lot of people feel power behind a keyboard, and I'm sure whoever did this felt the same thing, so I definitely would say that has something to do with it.
The organization's leaders are calling for school leaders to look into requiring more diversity and inclusion training. USC President Robert Caslin called the incident unacceptable and disgusting. One Lowcountry professional counselor says she's seeing an uptick in people struggling with mental health issues. This comes as we continue to isolate during the pandemic. Karen Anderson says the unknown future can cause people to become depressed. Experts believe going for daily walks is a great way to relieve some of that stress, and lots of people are turning to social media for support. Anderson says you can use some apps to help calm your nerves.
Mindfulness apps. There are apps that are designed, to help you with meditation, even learning, the technique of meditation, learning how to sit still, learning how to breathe.
Anderson also suggests maintaining a healthy diet. What you put into your body contributes to your overall well-being. The Charleston County Sheriff's Office is issuing wristbands to anyone cleared to enter their facilities. Employees who pass the daily temperature test will receive that wristband. And hey, there are different colors every day. Deputies explained how the process works.
And when he comes through, he gets his temperature checked. And then we have an employee that will document and track his temperature.
Anyone who has a temperature over 103 will be isolated, but we're told that hasn't happened yet. Each deputy corrections officer and sheriff's office employee who work at the courthouse have their temperatures checked daily. Well, listen to this. Boeing delivered more than 1 million masks to South Carolina. They're dedicated to healthcare professionals at Prisma Health. The plane landed at Greenville-Spartanburg Airport on Sunday. One man came up with the idea after learning about his partner factories in China making medical goods. He then got in touch with state and federal leaders.
I realized that, the supply need for a state was far larger than I could have ever conceived, and that I might have been uniquely suited with the connections that we have to try and affect things on a larger scale.
Governor Henry McMaster calls the masks extraordinary and says they are definitely a step in the right direction to get things back to normal. Gas prices continue to fall. They dropped 9 cents in the last 2 weeks. The Lundberg survey says every sector of the U.S. petroleum industry has been impacted by stay-at-home orders because of the pandemic. So we looked at what you're paying at the pump right here in the Lowcountry. Take a look at your screen. According to Gas Buddy, we're paying $1.91 in Charleston County, $1.80 in Georgetown County, $1.68 in Berkeley County, $1.55 in Williamsburg County, and look at that, $1.54 in Dorchester and Colleton counties. Well, the IRS is asking thousands of employees to voluntarily return to work to get taxpayers their refunds. The agency says they need more workers to perform essential functions like opening mail and processing paper returns. The IRS says they will follow social distancing guidelines, require personal protective equipment, and offer incentive pay. Stick with us. We have more News 2 Midday after the break.